Alright, let's keep moving. Let's get out of this crazy place. Autosave. Catch me every time. Gather your party and venture. So now, whenever you exit a random encounter or a triggered encounter, you will keep going to wherever you were supposed to be going. I believe that's always the case. And this continues up until Dragon Age 2 as well. Dragon Age Inquisition is the one where there's no travel time, quote unquote, between areas, so it doesn't matter.
Wake up, gentlemen. More travelers to attend to.
Hello.
By an elf, of all things.
They don't look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Hello.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say...
Angel on your shoulder, devil on your shoulder.
That any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers and you're free to move on.
Hey, dude, we're not refugees.
What did I tell you? No.
I am armed.
And this one looks
These two have staves. This guy has a sword. And that's a killer dog.
That's why it's a toll, and not, say, a refugee tax.
Oh, right. Even
God, he
if
sounds
you're
so
no
stupid.
refugee, you still gotta pay.
So you guys are toll collectors, right?
Indeed, for the upkeep of the Imperial Highway. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
And you're fixing the highway. I'm pretty sure you're not fixing the highway.
Not much gets past you, I see.
It's not really a toll. We're just robbing you, see?
Do shut up. Even a Genlock would have understood that.
I'm not paying.
Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse then. Those are the rules.
Wow. Really? Okay, really. So I like how we have two intimidate options. These are both persuade checks, based on your persuade skill. Intimidate of different kinds. So it's you can say I'm a Grey Warden, or I'm a mage, and I will blow you up with a thought. So do you really, really want to fight a mage? I could just blow you up with my mind.
A mage? Ah, I don't want to be a toad.
I can't do that.
Nobody's turning you into a toad, you sniveling bastard. But we'll, let the toll go. Just this once.
You're too kind.
Yes, well, move along. Do enjoy your stay in Lothering.
We can also kill them for XP. Unfortunately, persuade checks aren't don't grant XP, so that kind of sucks. So dead Templar. This is a quest item. They killed a Templar, and we got a note. Sir Henrik, a fallen Templar. We'll get a chance to talk about that guy later, and we can talk to them again.
You're back, are you? Ha, we've no magic here, you know. Nothing of interest.
I do want some questions answered.
About what? We're just, you know.
Actually, it's more refugees here.
Yes, fine, refugees. Life's hard all over now, and we get by how we can.
You suck. So what's the news, man?
Everyone's saying how the Grey Wardens betrayed the king during the Darkspawn
Oh.
fight. Got him and themselves killed. Turn Loghain pulled out just in time. First thing he's doing as regent is putting a bounty on Grey Wardens.
See, that's crazy to me. So this is where we find out that Loghain is not only running from the problem, is he's just saying it's our fault. Which to me, that's a little unnecessary, but I understand why. You have to remember that Loghain, in his backstory, fought against foreign occupation of this territory. So the thing he's the thing he's most afraid of is foreign influences. And you have to remember, Grey Wardens are new to this country. We were kicked out years ago because we got involved in a civil war that we lost. We were on the losing side. So now, all these wardens, except for me and Alistair, we're not native. We came in from a different country because we were allowed to make a station here. And we needed reinforcements, so we were offering help from Orlais because we don't care about country problems. The nearest country is Orlais, so we were going to ask them to bring their wardens. But to Loghain, Orlais was the country occupying the territory, so it sets off an alarm. And he's like, that's not happening, screw that, you guys are with them. So it's paranoid talk and belief on his part, but you can understand where it's coming from. But for these guys, get out. You're monsters, get out.
Well, we don't want trouble, so yes. We'll do that. Thank you for sparing us.
But you said these refugee types was easy pickings.
There are better pastures elsewhere, you fool. Time to go.
So we could kill them and loot their corpses and all that, and we could actually, if we baited out the fight, we could kill everyone except the one guy. And as soon as like the other people die, he's like, "Oh my God, you murdered them!" And he's like, "Yeah, well, you can leave now, or I can just kill you." And you can give him the chance to leave again. So you can play that a number of different ways. Oh, we got another short bow. Short bow. Let's see. Let's trigger the conversation here. And then this is good.
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
It is kind of nice.
So you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing?
Sort of funny.
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
So you have to remember, Alistair, when we talked to him before, said he found a place among the wardens, and he just learned that all of them are dead except us now. So we'll get a chance to speak to him more specifically in just a moment about that. But right now, we're going to refocus on our situation right now. But also, small little point, Dragon Age 2, the sequel, starts in this town. Well, on the outskirts of this town. But the protagonist is from this town. I really wish there was something in this town that kind of referenced they were going to plan to do this, but it's very obvious they never did. Dragon Age 2 was always supposed to be a spin-off game, so there's no characters in this town that like can reference forward. There's nothing like that here. So, what did you want to talk about, man?
His navel, I suspect. He certainly has been contemplating it for long enough.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to
Jeez
be
Louise,
more
guys.
intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought...
So yeah, she comes off as a nice queen.
To go first.
Okay. You have some thoughts on this point?
This should be good.
I think what Flemeth suggested is...
I
the
love how
best
she's just
idea.
so catty.
These treaties, have you looked at them?
I have. Well, they're in our quest entry, so I technically didn't, but I know what they are. So they're dwarves, elves, mages, and the kingdoms of man. I think specifically for Eldon, but almost every kingdom is supposed to be indebted to us. But yes, I have. Why?
There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
Okay. Can we contact other Grey Wardens at all?
Short of leaving for Eldon to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
That's other side of that's other side of the discovered world, for reference, everybody. That's like from Florida to Jersey, if we're talking stateside information. But yeah, Alistair thinks we should go to Arleman because he knows him and he thinks he can help us politically as well as offer us safe haven. I will say for anybody playing this game the first time, Redcliffe, Arleman, that is a good first place to go. It gives you an intro to a lot of side quests and levels. There's a lot of things to do there that can kind of get you really set up on the game with a lot of help and talking to a lot of people. It's a good place to start. We're not going to start there. We're going to start somewhere else. That's a little bit more appropriate for our playthrough. And also for some early stat bonuses that are going to help us for our character build. So we're going to go someplace else, but it's a good place to go. But let's ask Morgan.
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Loghain and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in safety.
Yes, he certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the Darkspawn are upon us.
So Morgan, ever being the pragmatist, thinks, hey, Loghain's clearly a problem, and he's making your life harder. Kill him first, cut off the snake's head, or deal with him in whatever capacity, and then move on, do everything else, because let's be honest, you trying to do all of these different things while one guy is trying to come after you is going to be hard. So make it easier. But Alistair's also right in that that's basically impossible, and also the game won't let you do it. It'd be cool if they did, but you don't. You can't undermine the city he lives in of his rule, but it doesn't directly contribute in the way you think it does. It does help in lore terms and in theory, but mechanically, there's only like one or two things that actually help you undermine Loghain at the part you need to when the story is ready for it. So that is a thing we can do, but it's very indirect. But Alistair has a point. Morgan has a point. It's like, I gave my opinion. That's what I would do if I were you. The game's not going to let you do it. But why am I deciding?
Well, I don't know where we should
What's the-
go. I'll do whatever you decide.
Now
You're in
that's
charge, though.
surprising.
I mean, you're older than me.
Arleman is a good man, but I don't know for sure he's where we should go. I'm not going to fight about it.
Okay, then we need to find these people.
I can give you directions if you like.
Okay. So where's Arl Eamon?
Redcliffe, in the far western part of Pharrell,
Arleman.
next to the mountain passes. If he isn't there,
It's pretty close by too, so it's an easy place to go to first.
where he is.
What about the Dalish elves? They're very nomadic, so how are we supposed to find where they are?
If we head eastward towards the Brazilian forest, we should hear word of one of the clans that wanders that area. Hopefully, they will still be there.
If you come from a Dalish elf background, you can say, hey, my clan, because in the story your clan's leaving the area. So it's like, my clan left. How do we find anybody else? And he gives you the same answer. What about dwarves? Underground somewhere?
We would need to speak to their king in Orzammar. That means heading west into the Frostback Mountains, which won't be easy.
For us, Orzammar is going to be the second to last place we go. We're going to prioritize anybody that gives you a character. So for us, that's going to be Circle of Magi, Redcliffe, Orzammar, and then Dalish elf. Dalish clans, yeah. So I'm from the Circle of Magi. Don't we just have to ask the Chantry for permission, or no?
Technically, the Circle of Magi is independent. We don't know that the Chantry won't support us, of course.
You truly believe that?
If we speak to the first enchanter, he should see that his responsibility to the Grey Wardens...
It does legally, technically.
Anything the Chantry or even Tanlo...
The mages signed the treaty with us, not the Chantry. The Chantry aren't actually an army, a warring body, although they do have soldiers, which is the whole thing. So if we wanted to go after Loghain, where is he?
If he isn't out in the field with his army, he's probably going to be at the palace in Denerim. We can go to Denerim, but somehow I suspect that they're not going to let...
We will go to Denerim not too far off, so
Of course.
at some point we will. All right, I don't need directions.
Then you have a plan.
Well, I'm ready to get going.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
Okay, so this game, very different from Inquisition, but very similar to Dragon Age 2, has dialogue triggers on the map that are set in certain places so that we can basically get free banter whenever we feel like it. I forget where the first one is. I know there's one across a bridge. I don't remember if there's one that triggers here. Let's find out. No, it's not here. Alright, so let's go loot some places here first. And then we'll talk to Alistair. We'll get at least one of his dialogues. He doesn't have a lot, quite honestly. So we'll talk. Oh, sorry, Bark Spawn. I said I needed to have you get something for me. Anything interesting? Give me the staff. Nah. I want a staff. Come on, go get it. All right, we'll move on a little bit and see if he gets it. It's a refugee girl. So yeah, lots of refugees from the towns that were closer to Ostagar. Oh,
Talk about your mother.
here's a check.
There's nothing to talk about. And besides, isn't your mother a scary witch who lives in the middle of a forest? Much more interesting.
To you, perhaps. You would find the moss growing upon a stone interesting.
You know what's more interesting than that? Apostates, mages outside of the tower. That's illegal, you know.
You did not read that in a book somewhere, did you? I hope the small letters did not strain you overmuch.
Oh, we could not talk about your mother. That works for me.
Yeah, so these two, if they're in the party, they will just tease each other. Also, the dog also has banter. They will say, hey dog, how are you? And dog will go bark, bark, bark. And it will be very hilarious. Everyone will enjoy the dog's banter. There's not a lot of it, but like, it's pretty funny. Refugee boy.
I want to go home.
You'll never go home.
I brought my family.
So there's no one important here.
because I thought it would be
No one that triggers an actual dialogue. These are all just refugees that are here being sad.
Back again.
But this is what I was talking about
Templars kill them.
in, what game was I talking about it in? I totally forget. I may not have said it here in this channel, but the difference between a game like this or Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy 13, is that there's NPCs that just show you what life is like. And even if you don't talk to them directly, it's like, this is very clearly bad. This paints a very easy picture. So let's talk to Alistair.
What do you need?
Hey, do you want to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
I know, but I understand if he meant a lot to you.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the Blight and everything. I'm sorry.
Hey, dude, it's cool. There's really no need to apologize.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive.
Is the red light distracting?
I don't think he had any family to speak of.
Hey, man. He had you?
I suppose he did. It probably sounds stupid, but part of me wishes I was with him, in the battle. I feel like I abandoned him.
No, I get it. I understand completely.
Of course. I'd be dead then, wouldn't I? It's not like that would make him happier. I think he came from High Ever, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry, I'm just...
So depending on your background, the answer can be yes. If you're the human noble, you can go, my whole family's dead. And he goes, oh my god, that's right, I'm so sorry. But if you're a Dalish elf, there is a friend that passes away during the course of the story, or is lost to you in some way, and you go, oh, he's like, oh man, I'm sorry, dude, that sucks. But the human noble one is the worst, where it's just like, oh, your whole family's dead, I'm so sorry, I'm complaining. But let's have a more specific answer to our mage background. So let's say, not really, not since I went to the tower anyways. I like to imagine my character's from an alienage, possibly, but not necessarily a Dalish tribe. Probably an alienage, because he doesn't have the tattoos, but that's a coming-of-age thing, so it wouldn't matter. Regardless, city elf, I would think, is my beginnings.
That must have felt a lot like when I got sent to the Chantry. You mages don't even get a say in the matter, after all. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
It's that, hey, it's anytime, man. He was a friend of mine, too. He kind of was. He helped me out. I really appreciated Duncan being there for our character. I want to say anytime. I won't say maybe I'll go with you, because I don't know you that well yet. Anytime, Alistair, really. +5, cool. Let's have one more dialogue with Alistair. But already you can kind of see Alistair's, like, he's very much, Morgan was right, he very much is ready to throw himself on his own sword out of grief. He clearly is someone who feels very strongly, and despite him constantly being sarcastic and joking, there's real heart under there, and he's clearly deflecting a lot of his humor because he doesn't feel comfortable. And I think there's dialogue even in banter that we might get between him and Morgan that says, hey, aren't you the higher ranking member? Like, it's not by a lot, like by a couple months, but like, isn't you still higher? And he goes, I'd rather have the other guy lead because he's like, he knows what he's doing, plus I'm the main character. But Alistair is really like not the type to lead. He doesn't want to do that.
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
We won't do the Templar thing yet. So hey, this Arl Eamon guy, he raised you, right?
Did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfels. A whole pack of them, in fact.
This is what I said about deflecting. And we'll play along. Really, that must have been tough for those dogs.
Well, they were flying dogs, you see. Surprisingly strict parents, too. And devout Andrastians to boot.
I see. Oh, by the way, for anybody that's curious, Anders is short for people from the Anderfels. And these dogs sold you to the Chantry, I take it.
Oh, there you go, listening to me again. You'd think you'd have gotten past that already. I ended up in the Chantry, sure, but I didn't start there. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind.
You started
mother was
it.
a serving girl
He's really funny.
Castle who died when I was very young. Arl Eamon wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
Oh. So he's not your father. Why did he send you off?
Arl Eamon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her.
Oh, that's sweet.
Anyhow, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
That sucks. So yeah, Alistair basically was bastard. If we had asked him about his father, he admits he doesn't know who his father is, but his mother was just a serving girl, and all Eamon took him in. Which is very strange that the Arl of your local town, basically the mayor or governor, would take one orphan in particular and say, I want to raise you like your son to me, even though you're not actually my son in any capacity. But his wife-to-be, who he did love, didn't like him. It's actually very Game of Thrones. This is very Jon Snow. This is super Jon Snow now that I'm thinking about it. I'm actually really thinking about it. I'm like, this is super Jon Snow right now. This is almost feels ripped off. Well, we'll get more to it later, but for now, let's just empathize with Alistair and say that must have been really tough to have to basically be raised without your parents, have the closest father figure you have send you off because of his new relationship.
Maybe. She felt threatened by my presence.
God, this is super Jon Snow.
I'd say I blame her. She wondered if the rumors were true.
I wasn't a Game of Thrones fan when I first played this game, so I have no idea.
With Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Arl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
You were young. Because imagine, like, this is, like, really in-depth background for him. Like, he's just some knight who says funny jokes. And he was, you know, a religiously trained knight, but joined an order that saves the world from demons. Well, not demons, sorry. Darkspawn, as opposed to mages. So it's weird that him and a mage are on opposite sides of the coin. Of, like, a Templar, the guard, the prisoner and the guard. But we have so much in common because the Templars and mages are both kind of beholden to the religion that they're in and forced to act a certain way. Or else. So basically he rebelled. He rebelled like a kid who would rebel. He's like, I hated the person that put me there. I hated everything. I had no place. And I threw away things that had sentimental value to me. And I was dumb. But that's a super kid thing to do. You were just reacting.
And raised by dogs.
And there goes the deflection.
The way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that. I don't know. All I know is that the Arl is a good man. And well loved by the people. He also was King Kaelin's uncle. So
I think he was his uncle on his mother's side, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Pay for what he did. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
All right, that's cool, man. And then +3. And then we learn more about Alistair. So you learn more about his history and his codex entry updates. And there's a whole bunch of these, too. Look at him, Darkspawn. I think Morgan has one as well, or not yet? She does. She has one, but we're not. We haven't unlocked much of anything, and they all have quotes at the beginning, which is really nice. What's Alistair's quote? How it brings people together. I think they're the first things we hear them say, actually, to us as the character. Maybe I don't know. It's really interesting. But you can also get little details about gifts characters would like. So almost each character, has a story about how they would value a particular item. So we'll learn more about that as time goes on as well. Hey, Farmer.
Something. I don't generally talk to strange elves who...
And there's the racism again. I just had some questions, man.
Can't promise I'm going to answer them.
So you can push and be super intimidating about it. My character would just rather, like, whatever. I'm moving on after this. Were those bandits always outside the village?
You mean they're gone?
Yeah, I drove them off.
Well, goody for you. Now there's no one to drive off the blighted refugees. Sir Brian's will be glad, though. He's been talking about offering a reward for anyone who'd run them out.
Hey, we get a reward. So who's in charge?
You could talk to the Elder, though she's got her hands full getting everyone on their way.
Yeah, this place is busy.
Now, most folks go to Sir Bryant. He's head of the Chantry's Templars.
You guys don't have a ruling lord?
He's gone to war and taken all his soldiers, leaving us to fend for ourselves. There's not going to be much left when he returns, if he returns.
Oh, he's not coming back. You guys are screwed. This place will get overrun by Darkspawn. I don't even need to know the story to know what happens. This place will be overrun. Refugees will run. Some will die. A good amount will die. the war will come back, and if we win, they take back the land, and new people will come back. But if not, then no one will come back. So what's happening, man?
What isn't? We got chastened barbarians.
Oh yeah, so people from the wilds who lived in the wild now are coming here too because they're running.
Not that they'll be safe here with the army gone.
All right, I'll leave it.
Don't let me stop you.
I won't let you stop me. Hello.
Where can we go? This is no better than what we left.
I'm scared. When are we going?
Poor girl. So yeah, this is really sad. And also, I should keep noting, we're gonna see these Tevinter ruins everywhere. These are left over from when that empire ruled the land. So we're gonna be seeing a good amount of that. So never forget that there's lots of just architecture that's reminiscent of a different age, and it kind of frames the era you're in. So like it's falling apart, it's not being upkept because it's not natural. This is more natural to the architecture of the setting. It's all wood and logs and bricks and stuff.
You there. If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you. There's none to be found.
Okay.
Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
And yes, it is a funny joke that we'll see it more in Dragon Age 2. It is a funny joke that Templars who are supposed to be looking for mages or hunting for mages don't recognize a stupid staff on my back. That is very silly. I wish there was like a walking stick joke from Lord of the Rings. But I think there's a couple other Lord of the Rings references too. So you know, what's one more? Whatever. What do you mean? What's wrong with Lothering?
We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The Chantry and Tavern are full to bursting.
That sucks.
Simply isn't enough food to go around.
Yeah, so you're better off moving on if you have supplies to keep moving on.
Swear, my friend.
All right. Hey, thanks for the warning.
Best of luck wherever you might go.
We can keep asking for the news about how Logain's doing this, this, and that, and so on and so forth. But that's about it.
We were lucky. We had the coin to pay the toll to those.
I brought my family
Look
to
how they
Lothering.
moan and wail and smash their teeth.
This is ambient banter. This is not banter that's with somebody else. This is banter that's environmental. So they're just staring at the environment and saying, "Oh, look at all the refugees running and screaming. Oh, isn't it great?" She said sarcastically. "Oh, hello, people. Other elves."
Greetings to you, good sir. If it isn't too much to ask, might you spare some bread or anything?
Oh, the elf girl's so cute. Oh, what happened, guys?
We thought it would be safer in Lothering, that the Terran would bring his soldiers here. But bandits attacked us and took everything. Our food, our clothes, my daughter's pet lamb.
Oh, I totally never realized that sentence was there. The lamb.
Surely you
Oh, the poor
understand.
lamb. Oh. They're not dead. Oh, I guess when they go away, you can say they died, because that's how you can solve it. Hey, I drove off those bandits, guys.
That's wonderful news. Perhaps our belongings are still there.
My lamb!
Can't thank you enough, friend. Even if we don't get everything back, it's good to know others will be safe.
You can also just give them money, but that solves the problem, too, for the most part, so that's fine. Yeah, so that's our good deed for now. And no light side, Knights of the Old Republic, light side points. We did a good thing. So nothing like that is happening here. Oh, it's a chest. We don't have a rogue of any kind yet, so this chest will remain locked.
Back off. I have the
Ooh, he pushed a nun.
You
What a brave man.
Their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered business?
Would you like to make a tiny profit with a business? It's times like this where I can't help but think of Wooly's Star Wars character, Pockets, who will do anything for money, and it makes me want to do it just to channel Pockets inside me. Why would I want to help you, dude?
Didn't I mention profit?
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes.
Morgan is very much a Darwinist.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
So he's profiteering. He's hiking up prices because they have no choice
Drive this rabble off.
but to buy from him.
That priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
Can you beat that offer, sister? Get out. Or you can be a nice guy and kind of put the pressure on them. We're gonna say, hey, aren't you being kind of a dick?
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they are desperate, and this man preys upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
Ah, I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving.
Dude, these people are dying. Just make a compromise. You'll still make money. Just stop making all the money.
Perhaps. If that woman agrees I'm allowed to charge something.
Do what you must, so long as the prices do not beggar the needy.
Fine, fine, done. And since you don't look too needy, normal prices.
Ah, screw you.
So, we have come to solve every squabble in the village personally. My, but the Darkspawn will be.
I love that.
Thank you for your generous assistance. May the Maker watch over your path.
I like to think she just palmed my face and said, yes, you have been blessed. Good work, my child. And Morrigan, and so your companions will have snippy things to say all the time. Except Dog. Dog is beautiful and Dog loves you. He'll never hate you. Never, not once, not ever. And he loves you maximum. Look at that bar. See, Morrigan's down here. Dog is always here. He'll always love you. Never forget that Dog loves you. But yes, Morrigan will be snippy and it's like, oh, the Darkspawn will be really impressed that we solved this stupid problem. So let's buy from you.
Don't suppose you're looking to buy something.
I am indeed.
All right. Just don't buy everything up.
Why not? You're charging me regular prices, so I might as well buy everything up for you. We're gonna sell 3 of these. Sell all my junk. What you gonna do with all that junk? All of it inside that trunk. That one you can have. We need the Blood Dragon plate for later. Any of these I don't need? Yeah, it's fine. No, this is... Oh, wine. How do I... There you go. There's a character that likes alcohol. That's their gift of choice. So, something to keep in mind also. Viridium. This is very high quality armor. It's also very expensive. Not really all that worth it. We can look at Alistair's stuff. It's much better, but it doesn't match what he... Actually, it does match what he have. He still gets the bonus, but getting one part of his armor isn't really all that worth it, in my opinion. So we got some better shields. There's nothing we really need right now that we want to get rid of, so hold on. Is there any of this? Short bow, long bow. Yeah, we're fine. I actually can probably sell this too as well. Yeah. Let's sell the magic staff. Alright. Alright, goodbye, good sir. You monster. For you.
There'll just be more bandits soon.
We should leave.
Well, we'll probably sell that. Oh, so Alistair's pointing out that the Chanter's board still exists, which the Chanter's board is basically a mini. It's a hunter's board. Basically, you do quests for them, for miscellaneous people, and you get rewarded when you come back. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward RPG thing. Hello.
And Eileen spoke unto the masses, my heart...
Come on, Eileen.
My bread is yours, my life is yours. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one.
Oh. Hello. You don't talk much, do you?
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
He can't answer you. He's Chanter Devons.
What's Chanter?
One of them that can only say the chant of light. His board has letters of good deeds to be doing. My father fixed Widow Allison's roof once, and the charter paid him, he did.
It's a charity board, basically. Do good acts, and the church will pay you. Okay, so it's like a vow of silence. He can't talk normally.
Unless it's the chant of light, no.
And so Rajmael in the heathen temple recanted. Speak only the word, sing only the chant. Then the golden city is thine, spoke Andraste.
So you can... I was just about to explain it. You can totally screw with him and just be like, hey, what do you have to say about me, like, blaspheming your god? And he was like, hey, what if I just made you say what? Which, it's really silly. There's really no reason to do it other than it's fun. We'll just move on.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
So almost every town, not every town. No, actually, a good amount of the towns have these. So we have these quests, and we're gonna take them pretty much almost every time. Some of them actually have really good side quests that can branch off, so worth looking into. This is to go after bandits on the outskirts of town, which we will do. And this guy screaming, God, shut up.
The legions of evil are on your doorstep. They will feast upon our hearts. There is nowhere to run. This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts.
Please shut up.
You're scaring the children. Better to slit their throats now.
Jesus.
Suffer at docks.
Relax, please.
There.
Please, please,
One of
please.
their minions is already amongst us. This man bears.
So he can smell the blight on us somehow? It's actually pretty impressive.
See the vile blackness that fills him.
What if I was black and he said that? That'd be really fucked up. Hey, keep your voice down.
I watch the Black Horde descend on my people.
Yeah, well, I was there too. Shut up.
Please.
He's definitely going through PTSD.
But isn't he right? The ban left us. We're going to die.
This minion is but the first
Me?
of those who will destroy.
Not me. I wouldn't do that. Dude, what's wrong with you?
My family, my clan, those creatures butchered them all. Some of us fled here, but we cannot escape the dog spawn.
Dude. How are you even alive?
No, I won't listen to the words of a man tainted by darkspawn.
Dude, I'm not evil. So maybe just talk to me, or I could just kill you. Just talk to me, maybe?
I ran. Hearing my
Alright,
wife.
dude, no, get away from me, though. Don't cry on me. Listen, scaring these people is not going to bring her back or help save them.
You were right. I will go.
Alright, then there you go.
He was right, wasn't he? There's no hope for us.
Whoa, come on. Guys, work together. Let's get out of here. Get it together. Put your ish. Get in a bag, put it together, take it to the ish store, and get your ish together.
You're right. We can't.
I am right.
But we can't fight. What are we supposed to do?
We can't lie down and die either. We must go north to Denerim.
To Denerim. So they really like that. They're really happy with me now. Hello, did you like what I did there?
Maybe with that blasted chasing gone, my headache.
I don't want that. I'm gonna sell that immediately. All this stuff I'm selling. Shut up. Damn it. Just one. There you go. And this child is distracting me from all the way over here. Wait. This is more important.
Have you seen my mother?
No.
She's really
Who is she?
tall, and she has red hair. We live on a big farmhold, all of us. Some mean men with swords came, and Mother told me to run to the village as fast as I could, so I did. She said.
Oh, it's just some straight up bandits came.
But I've been waiting and waiting, and I can't see her.
Oh, you know where your father is?
He went with William to the neighbours yesterday, but he didn't.
Poor child, so cute. I don't think she's coming.
Why not? Why would she leave me here?
The man killed her, she's dead. I don't think she meant to leave you.
But she must be coming.
Don't be, you fool! She's dead! You can't be here forever. What if she doesn't come?
I don't know. Maybe I should go home and look for her.
That's a great idea. No, don't do that.
Then what should I do? I have nowhere to go. And I'm hungry.
Listen, dude, just go to the local church. Someone will watch after you. Just go over there.
I will, but only if I don't find Mother first. So, are you really an elf?
Do the ears give it away? I like that. That's a really cute answer.
Elves aren't very nice, but you're nicer than everybody here. Thank you for helping me.
So there's really nothing you can do. Then that quest doesn't go anywhere. It's just another kind of like, the kid's on the bridge. He's blocking your progress. So it's like, hey, this is another cost and reality of war. How do you talk to him? Do you tell him to get lost? Oh, this is great. Another beer. Do you tell him to get lost and bite it? Do you give him money? If you ask him to come with you, like, nothing will come of it. He'll just say, I shouldn't go with a stranger. I'm sorry. But if you tell him to go to a local church, that's really the best you can do for him, unfortunately. Hello, Sir Marin.
If you seek refuge in the Chantry, there's simply no room left.
Oh. Alright, I'll leave.
Make her what?
I'm a mage, what are you gonna do about it? Hey, what are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Can I have my staff now? Go get me my staff. Yes! Perfect. Give it to me. Give it to me, baby. And it's made out of iridium, which means it's super hype. Not the best. I don't get the bonus to magic that I want to get, but I get a +1 constitution, better range, better damage, better armor penetration. Doesn't mean a whole lot, but it's very useful, so we're going to work with it. And it's unfortunately just a piece of wood, which isn't very exciting. We can give this to Morgan. Or do we want to give her the Darkspawn staff? I guess we give her the staff. Yeah, it's got better spell power, I believe, right? Let me see. Change your staff, magic, 3.60. Oh, her staff actually is better. Because it's made of steel and has better penetration and range. So you keep yours. Yours is great. I'll sell one of these. Actually, I'll sell this one, actually, probably. Alright. So now we're just matching, and that's just awful. Why are we matching? Why, Morgan? Just why? Well, yours is slightly off color. Mine is brown, yours is white. What am I? Okay, who cares? Let's go. Come on.